And then the fifth part is who are the decision makers. I think we've all probably been in a situation where we've kind of presented somebody, and then they've kind of thrown a wrench in the works, saying, let me talk to my accountant about it, right? Or let me talk to my business partner. Mike's smiling because he knows it's true, right? And we've seen it a million times. But I want to know that up front, and we do a good job with it's one of the things that we're doing, but I'm not sure it's implemented. And again, that's a hazard of where most of our appointments are coming through. So a decision-making processes really should answer what, who, when, and how the decisions are made as we take somebody through the decision-making process. Then, after we've qualified people, those four components, really the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components are really the qualification methods or disqualification methods. Once we've done the right kind of qualification and they qualify for our time and our for us to be their advisor, then becomes the fulfillment of what it is that we do. That's presenting the plan, presenting the illustrations. But at this point, we've already got what we call the ultimate contract question. We have a commitment to do business. We have a commitment that they're going to implement as we go through, and it's part of the qualification as we go through. Very different from the first 2 selling cycles where we do all the work and then we've got to hope for the close and as we go through it. The next part is the post-sale. How do we eliminate buyer's remorse? Anybody ever come across, buyer's remorse is people thinking about what we just talked about, right? Ultimately, they're going to have a conversation when you're walking down the path, leaving their house, about, hey Lisa, did we do the right thing, right? Ultimately, they're going to talk about things behind your back and not understand things because you're not there to do it. But so how do you eliminate buyer's remorse? And also, how do you eliminate that voicemail message being on the next morning when you come in and saying, hey, we've changed our minds, right? David's laughing because he knows what it is. How do we eliminate that? How do we get fully commitment to the plan? And these are some of the questioning strategies that we go through to make sure that the plan is sticky and everything we're doing is in there. So this is really an overview of the 7 steps of the cycle. You guys can already see that we're doing a lot of it. The bond and rapport we're doing, the decision making we're doing, the opener we're doing, how we work with our clients we're doing. To me, the biggest things we're missing are the pain step, and it's really the budget step that comes into it. And we're not really doing the upfront contracts where we should have that towards every meeting as we go through it as well. So in my mind, a lot of the language we can pick up are around those 3 things because we're already doing the rest of it, really.
And that would fit where we're doing the 4 cornerstones, right? Isn't that where we can kind of build that piece in and just expand on it a little bit?
Exactly. So now there's an overview. I want to show you how it comes together in the process, right? So this is what I do when I'm in front of a client, and the framework of that is what I call the NOT talk. It stands for naturally, obviously, typically. So again, this is it's scripted, but it's a kind of a guideline to what it is that you can say through there.
And it's easy, because this is Sandler, but it's very easy that could be put in what we do.
Yeah, so all of the presentation is around these 3 things, right? So if we look at naturally, it means naturally you're going to want to know about me, the firm, and the process I take my clients through. Obviously, if you're open to it, I'd like to spend the majority of our time getting to know you. And typically these meetings ends 1 of 3 ways. So we'll get into this as the framework. The naturally part comes when we go into the capabilities brochure. So naturally, Maddie, you're going to want to know about me, the company that I work for, and the process I take my clients through. The language we have inside of the capabilities brochure is all good. I use it. So at the first point of the meeting, I'm taking them through what we do with the capabilities brochure. The other thing that I add in here, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, apart aside from the capabilities brochure, is I will pull this piece out, and it's a PGIM piece. And I will say, because of the meetings that we're doing are typically orphan reviews, I would say you probably know as an insurance company, Lisa. In fact, you have the insurance policy with us. But what a lot of people don't know is we're in the actually top 10 companies globally for global assets under management. And if you look at the company we keep inside of there, Rich, you got BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, JP Morgan, BNY Mellon. Not a lot of people know this. We have about over $1.4 trillion of assets under management. And I get right back into this as well. So I just pull this piece out because nobody knows this. They see us as an insurance company of what it is. And if we're dealing with people that already have insurance, Joe Pelone said it best, right? Our orphans are people that have insurance contracts that don't know that we do investments. I think was his exact words when he came to do the meeting. I'm like, this is great. This tees it up for that as well.
But I had that piece in there,
and I use this for recruiting all the time.
Yeah.
And I use this for recruiting all the time too. I think I showed you, Maddie, the other day what I would do, and I pulled this out. Advisors want to know this, especially in today's day and age. The advisors for recruiting don't want to be insurance people. They don't want to sell life insurance. They want to be financial advisors. That's what they want to do. That's the way the industry's going. We've got to talk about this stuff. So I'll take them through the capabilities brochure. I'll take them through how we work with our clients. All the scripting that we have is exactly the same. There's no need to change any of it. Where I really change it is the obviously part. And then once I go through the language of the capabilities and teeing it up, I come back and I spend a lot of time in the cornerstones, right? So in the cornerstones is really where we're storytelling. And the O part of the not talk is obviously, and the language I use is, Lisa, obviously if you're open to it, I'd like to spend the majority of our meeting getting to know you and what your concerns may be around anything in your financial life. If you're like most people, you have similar concerns. The first concern people want to talk about is around retirement planning. Tell a story. You know, a lot of people, when they talk about retirement planning, they're always thinking about accumulation, Mike. They're always kind of contributing to their 401k plans or their retirement plans. Nobody really has looked at the impacts of what a distribution plan looks like and what the taxes and the rates of return and specifically the sequence of return and retirement have an effect on your nest egg that you create through your retirement plans. Another kind of common concern that most people have is around an education funding. Lisa, I know you have children. You know, I don't know if you know this, but the annual inflation rate of education is around 7-8%. So for you to keep pace with what education costs are inflated, think about the rate of return you've got to get on your assets that you're saving for your child's education. Another common concern is around savings. Where's the best place to keep our money? Jeff, I don't know the last time you were at the bank, but you know the money markets and the savings accounts aren't paying too much money right now. You know, the money market, what, you get less than 1% in a savings account? Inflation's almost 3%. So how do we keep pace with the savings, and how do we find something that's better to keep our liquid money in that we need to be able to make a return as we go? Another similar concern that people have, David, is around protection planning. Protection, Linda, is the insurance side of our business. It's what we do, Maddie, to eliminate failure in our financial plan. You can have the best returning funds in your retirement, your education, and your savings plan, but if you prematurely die or become sick or hurt and can't go to work, they are never going to complete to where they want you to be in the future of where it could be. So protection side of our business self-completes that plan in case anything would have happened to you that could erode your plan and erode the wealth that you're going to create over the future. Another common concern around people is around estate planning. You know, there's been a lot in the news lately about estate planning repeal. You have federal and state estate planning taxes, but basically it's the best way to pass on to generation and avoid paying taxes as we go through it. Another common concern is cash flow. Linda, I don't know if the last time you went to the bank and took $100 out, you know, on a Monday, and then you look in your wallet on a Wednesday and it's gone, and it's like, where the heck did it go? Right? Cash flow, if you look at your overall strategy, we got to find out where it's flowing from and kind of really take money out of this pocket and make it's going out of this pocket and really focus in on where our money is going to help create the plan. And then the last part is around taxes. Do we want to defer paying taxes? Do we want to pay as little as possible? What's the best tax strategy when we get to retirement? Most people around taxes in retirement, they don't realize that they're going to be paying full income tax on their retirement savings and how that affects them going through. So do we want to defer? Do we want to pay no taxes? Or what are the strategies around taxes as we go forward with this?
Stop for 1 second.